Greetings to everyone. I am Nikitha and I am a part of El-Bethel AG International Church since 2017. So I came to Bangalore to work and I am working in Bangalore since last 5 years. I am an optometrist, I am an eye specialist, and I am working in a private eye hospital. So I am here to talk about one of those many good things that God has done in my life, and that is to do with my professional area. So though I am working since last 5 years, there was no upgradation or there was no promotion that was really happening at my workplace. It was since last 1 to 2 months that at El-Bethel AG Church we started praying for certain specific things. So in El-Bethel AG Church, we have continuous prayer activities happening over the week. Every day we have certain prayer activities, prayer programs that's happening. And since last 1 to 2 months, we started praying for professionals in our church, and we started praying for God to help them excel at their working areas so that they get upgraded to the next level, for God to open doors for their blessings in the professional areas. So when we started praying for this specific point in the church, I also started noticing certain changes happening in my working area. So that was when there was this head of my department who came forward to offer me the in charge to become the in charge of a specialty clinic or a specialty department. I did not expect that to happen to me because there were many seniors, who were superior to me, there were faculty who had taught me as well, and they were experienced, they were 10 to 12 years experienced than me. But still, the head of my department came forward to offer me that position. Yes, I agree that we have to grab all the opportunities that comes ahead of us, but then the opportunities are definitely given by God. If God had not given me that opportunity, I would have not grabbed it. Even before grabbing this opportunity, when I was offered this, I was quite nervous. I was taken aback and I was so in doubt that should I take it forward? And I knelt down and I asked God, should I take it? And that is when God spoke to me through my spiritual mentor, who came forward and told me, where should I build up, what should I do, where should I focus on? And it was through her that God spoke to me to take it forward. And then I started working on those specific areas in my character, in my behavior, and I started taking it forward. But these many days or these many months, the improvement which was lacking in that department, God started pouring out blessings in that department right from the day I took it over. And I believe it is a supernatural hand of God that is bringing in all the blessings in my working areas. Not only this, but then when I always had this in my mind that no matter what, whether I have a lot of work, whether I get promoted, whether I don't get promoted, I always had this one focus that I, no matter what, wanted to compromise to spend the time in the presence of God. So when I was doing my schooling in 10th and 12th standard, my school principal used to say, even when the sky falls down, even when the sky comes down, the classes for 10th and 12th standard student goes on. So this thing touched me so much that if the classes for 10th and 12th standard students were so much important, then how much more important is the presence of God? So I had always had this one promise to myself that no matter what, I don't want to compromise spending time in the presence of God. And for me, spending time was not only for a Sunday, but it was extended over the week also. I was involved in many more activities in the church. So for me, it was more about spending time in the presence of God over the entire week as well as for Sunday. Though all my colleagues and my friend circle, their attitude was a little different when I always gave the first preference to God. Over a period of time, I started praying and asking God with a deep desire that I don't want anything that is in my life or things around me to come and be an obstacle for me to spend time in the presence of God. That is when the attitude of the people in my life, whether my work area or my friend circle, started changing towards me. I think people who know me knows that it's very difficult for me to say no to someone or to something. But when it came to God, I always had put my foot down and said that no matter what, even if the Prime Minister of India comes down and asks me, I would say no, Sunday is very important for me, or Saturday is very important for me. It was not only for Sunday, but even for Saturday for me to come to church and keep things ready even before the service. All my colleagues had come forward and always pitched in to be a helping hand to me when it comes to Saturdays and Sundays. And even over the weekdays during my prayer time, nobody had interfered in my prayer time or anything, where people used to come forward and say, no, Nikita will not be able to do that on weekends or weekdays after 8 o'clock. So they always pitched in to share my work and to help me with my working areas. Rather, I didn't had many opportunities to say that, or many chances for me to say no, I wouldn't do. Initially, I had challenges towards that, but over a period of time, God started changing the attitude of the people towards me, that even my head of the department would not ask me to work on Sundays. So dear people of God, if you have the desire to spend time in the presence of God, if you stand for God, God will definitely do miracles in your life, and He will definitely pour out the blessings that you did not expect. I thank God for giving me this opportunity to be a testimony to His name, and I would like to thank Pastor Goldie and Prima ma'am for giving me this opportunity to testify for God. Thank you.